Only recently became a real estate investor after I sold my home. That's kind of how a lot of people get into real estate. What is happening on YouTube? It's Matt Faircloth. Welcome to this YouTube channel. My name is Matt. My company is called the DeRosa Group, and we are a real estate company dedicated to transforming lives through real estate. I want to thank you guys for watching this YouTube channel. And if you like this YouTube channel, why don't you do me a favor and like this YouTube channel by liking this video and subscribing to this channel? That would make us, our hearts pump out for you even further. And if you want to submit a question for me to answer here, right here on this channel, you just want to shoot an email to help you at DeRosaGroup.com. Help me at DeRosaGroup.com. And I will answer your question right here on this channel for you and everyone else to learn from. Today's question comes from Vernon. Hey, Vernon. Thank you for your question. Hello. I saw one of your YouTube videos and wanted to see if you can give me some guides. No problem, Vernon. I got you back. Only recently became a real estate investor after I sold my home. That's kind of how a lot of people get into real estate, is like they trip into it by either their own home that they end up moving out of and leasing to somebody else, or selling a house and realizing they could use that money to buy real estate. Here we go. I do a 1031 exchange for the funds from the land, decided to buy 3 fourplexes and at about $400 each. And now I own those outright. So Vernon has 3 4-family properties outright, meaning he owns them free and clear. God bless. Awesome. My plan is to refinance these in a year and buy more rental properties, but I've been told that it's difficult to get loans when the property is owned by an LLC. Is this true? And should I be concerned? I was also told that having good insurance is just as good as an LLC. I have $1 million liability policy for all 3 properties. Am I at risk? Here we go. I've shot a ton of videos on whether or not you need an LLC. And short answer is yes. For a lot of reasons, Vernon, you need an LLC. If you're going to be getting a loan on this property, here's why you also want an LLC. Yes, LLC for liability, and yes, a major insurance policy will cover you, but not for nothing. You've got 3 fourplexes with $400,000 a piece. So that means your value is $1.2 million is what the properties are worth. You probably got other assets and everything like that too. So you got a reasonable net worth to protect here. LLCs will help you protect that because the LLC owner is Vernon is Awesome LLC. And then there's Vernon sitting over here. Vernon is Awesome LLC gets sued and its assets get consumed by the lawsuit, not Vernon over here. Right. So it's a way to defer liability to an LLC. But if Vernon goes and gets a mortgage on these properties, and they're in his own name, these 3 fourplexes that we got here, right? Those mortgages will show up on his personal credit, which is okay. But there is only, I think it's like 10 mortgages you can get in your own personal name. And it's going to throw off your debt to income ratio. Getting lots of debt in your own personal name on lots of rental properties you own in your own personal name will eventually pull down your credit, and it'll make you unbankable, if you will, to take more and more loans into your own personal name. So you'd want to have the LLC, because if you have the LLC, Vernon, the LLC becomes the borrower. And yes, you have to guarantee the loan. You're going to have to do a personal guarantee. That's okay. It's common, right? They're going to run your personal credit. That's common too. That's okay. But then once that loan gets struck and you take the loan on, it is in the name of the LLC, and that loan does not show up on your personal credit report, Vernon. That, my friend, far and away is why you want the LLC, because then the loan can be over here. Liabilities over here, debts over here, the cash, the income, all those things are over here. And you as the owner can start taking down cash flow draws from the property. If any of you guys are looking to make real estate investing either a career or something that you do more than dabble in, you need the LLC, okay? So that you can have it over here and you take cash flow streams from it. All right. Now, there is a common misconception, and this really gets to the heart of Vernon's question here. There is a common misconception, guys, that you either can't get a loan in an LLC. And there's people that have come to me and said, well, I can't get a loan into an LLC because it has to be established. It has to be seasoned, or it has to have a long track record. It has to be registered and done in Bradstreet. There are all kinds of reasons why people tell me that they can't get a loan into an LLC, right? None of these are true. You can certainly borrow into an LLC, and you can start an LLC on Monday and get a loan in that company on Wednesday, right? There is no seasoning laws. There is no seasoning requirements that a bank will have to start here and take a loan out on the next day. The problem you're talking to the wrong people. A bank that will lend to you on your personal home, that will lend to you in your own personal name on a rental property or on a home or whatever. It's called a mortgage broker. That mortgage broker does not do LLC loans. That's why you're being told that you can't do it, or that it's going to be hard to do it. It's going to be expensive or whatever. You might as well keep it in your own personal name, because that mortgage broker can get you a loan in your own name, but they can't get you a loan in the LLC, or it will be difficult for them to do, or the vehicles that they have access to are going to be more expensive. And that's why, guys, you guys got to change it up. You can't go to a mortgage broker that would give you a refinance in your own personal name or whatever. It's a different person. You want to go Vern, into a small community bank, a actual bank that has checking accounts and those kinds of things, not a mortgage broker. Sorry, mortgage brokers watching, but you have a place in the world, and it's normally not getting loans against LLCs unless it's very, very large deals. And there are some mortgage brokers out there that have some ins that can get you guys debt, but far and away, the debt that they're going to get is going to be more expensive than what a small community bank is going to provide to you, Vernon. Now, when I say small community bank, what do I mean? I mean small, like less than 10 branches. There's no rule against that. There's no like a legal definition of a bank to make them a small community bank. It's just a term, right? But they got to have maybe less than 10 branches. Here's a rule of thumb, guys, if their name is on the side of a major sports stadium, they're too big. Okay. All right. So if they sponsor large sporting events, they're too big. I'm talking about small community bank. Credit unions are good resources too. They need to be around the property. So Vernon, wherever your property is, they should be right there within like a 20, 30-minute radius. Pull up Google on your phone, pull up your property, and then look up bank. And if you've heard of the bank with their name on a stadium, then keep scrolling until you find a bank that's like, First and Main kind of bank, right? Like a small bank. Then call that bank. If the bank is small enough to where the loan officer, the person that's actually making the decision about your loan, is you can get access to directly, that's what you want to do, because they are there to invest in small businesses. They're incentivized to invest in small businesses. And that, my friend, is what you are, a small business. Real estate investors are small business owners. Look at yourself as that. And they will look at you as that because you're going to roll in with an LLC. They're going to look at you like you got three heads if you tell them that you want to borrow on a rental property in your own personal name. They don't care that it's in an LLC that was formed a couple of days ago. They're going to still get you to personally guarantee the loan. And that's what they care about, right? Is your personal credit. They're also going to require, Vernon, that you open up a business checking account with them, that you take the rents that you have going into your LLC you open up a company account for those rents to be deposited into. They'd love it if you move the security deposits over there too. A small savings and loans bank, right? That's who you want. That's who will give you the loan, the best terms on your LLC, cash out refinance. The terms are going to be 70 to 80% loan to value. The interest rate's going to be hard to say today because rates have increased, but the rates are going to be comparable to what you would get elsewhere. The rates are going to be based on underlying factors like the 5-year treasury, 10-year treasury, other underlying indicators, and they're going to make a yield spread on top of that. I don't want to speculate rates because currently it's 2022. Rates from a small community bank today are going to be between 4 to 4.5%. But if you guys are watching this later, then it could be more. I don't know. But it doesn't matter. Small community banks are going to give you the best rates that you're going to get on the market. Be prepared to have 2 to 3 years worth of tax returns, a personal financial statement, a business plan for the property, and they're going to want to go relationship. So show up with a nice shirt, suit and tie, be prepared for a face-to-face meeting with somebody who's ready, who's got their game face on and wants to help you, right? But you got to show up professional, show up like a business owner, tell them what you want to do with the money. I want to buy more real estate. I want to do more loans, whatever it is. They got to view you and not as a dabbler, but as someone who's a professional landlord, right? And if you show up that way, they will give you the money. Okay. There you go, guys. Again, common misconception on getting debt on property that in an LLC. It's certainly done. You just got to approach it from a different angle. Okay. Thank you, Vernon. Thank you guys for watching. Help me at DeRosaGroup.com. Help me at DeRosaGroup.com is where you guys want to send your questions, and I'll answer them right here for you and everyone else to learn from. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Have a great and profitable week.